Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing my 2023 top 10s. This will be my number 7 super featherweight in the world right now, the former WBA champion, Hector Luis Garcia. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So, Hector Luis Garcia entering the year was undefeated and was on fire. He actually drops 4 spots from number 3. He was highly regarded. He had a great year, dominated Chris Colbert over 12 rounds to become the mandatory challenger, and then would completely outbox and outclass Roger Gutierrez to capture the WBA title in August. So he was rolling. But he got a golden opportunity in January to move up to 135 and challenge Gervonta Tank Davis for Davis's secondary lightweight title. And he took that. Tank Davis is a big name in the sport. He, generates money and people want to see him fight. And Garcia took his chance. He went up. He got stopped after 8 rounds. It was technically a TKO, a 9th round TKO win for Davis, and Garcia suffered his first defeat, but he was still the WBA champion. He was given a little bit of time to recover, and then the mandatory title fight was ordered between Hector Luis Garcia and Lamont Roach Jr. That fight was put on hold for a while. Nothing happened, and then finally, on the Benavidez-Andrade undercard in late November on Showtime pay-per-view, that fight was finalized to open the show. So it was a big fight. A lot of people, I was really looking forward to it. I wasn't able to catch the whole fight. I had to see highlights, but I got to where I was watching the fight right at the end, and it was tough because Garcia ends up losing a split decision, I believe. Yeah, split decision, and losing the WBA belt to Lamont Roach Jr. But the reason that caused him to lose was a knockdown in the 12th round that was very controversial because the punch clearly landed on the back of the head. And I was really disappointed that the referee didn't catch that. Actually, I was pulling for Lamont Roach. I'm happy that he won. But the only reason he won that fight, the reason that fight wasn't scored a draw, is because of a punch and a knockdown where the punch landed behind the head. And it was very clear. So, tough break for Hector Luis Garcia to lose his title like that. Heading into this year, he's 32 years old. He's coming off of back-to-back losses. So, he's not, he's can't be too happy and too thrilled with how 2023 went. He just can't. But especially that last fight. His highest rating is number 5 in the WBA. His record right now stands at, let me see here, at 16-2 with 10 knockouts. So Hector Luis Garcia, what I think he needs to push for, and his best hope, is to try to land a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. I think the evidence is there, and the WBA should order it. Garcia deserves that. It was a good, close battle, but it was clearly a punch behind the head, and it was a shame that they didn't catch that. But if he cannot get that fight, I think he needs to come back to the drawing board, but try to get back in there. And a prime guy at 130 to fight would be Mark Magsayo. Mark Magsayo's with the PBC. He just moved to 130 and scored a vicious knockout win in December. And I think if these two guys work towards a fight, they could set up a final eliminator to get in line. But I really hope Hector Luis Garcia gets the rematch with Lamont Roach, because he deserves it, to decide who truly is the better fighter. Because he really got a raw deal on that knockdown. It shouldn't have been scored a knockdown. So do I believe Hector Luis Garcia will still be in the top 10 by the end of the year? I'm going to go on a limb and say yes. I still believe he will be there in the top 10, banging around. So that's it. That's what I got. That's my number 7 super featherweight in the world right now, the former WBA champion Hector Luis Garcia. as my 2023 top 10s continue. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been here with the truth.